and welcome to UC Today. I'm Susie Harrison, Senior Content Editor, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Olivia Fontana, who is Senior Business Development Manager at Maxhub. So thank you for joining me, Olivia.
Yeah, thank you, Susie. So I'm Olivier, I'm based in Paris, and I am responsible for the French market for Maxhub.
Great. So I know we're going to be speaking a bit today about Maxhub's V7, which is an all-in-one interactive display designed to enhance meeting experiences. So let's just get started. How does the fact that V7 runs on Windows rather than Android impact the user experience?
Okay. Well, as you know, Maxhub is mainly and only doing IFP based on Windows, which is very different from any other device on the market. As you might know, 90% of interactive flat panels are based on Android, so I have very, very few brands based on Windows. First, very important point is that everybody is more or less familiar with Windows, so it makes it very easy to use since you don't need to learn new environment, new interface. So when we show this new V7, it's making things very easy for our customers. There is no Android, so they don't need to actually switch from one OS to another. You know, in many brands, you have an Android OS and a Windows OS. So sometimes you need to use your Windows OS for VC calls and Android for collaboration. In Maxhub case, it's only based on Windows, so you don't need to switch from one to another. So that's a very important point for us. Another important fact is that Windows is efficient, Windows is fast. So when you use a Maxhub V7, you will see it very smooth to use. We are using Intel 12th generation chipset, so it's also making it very, very fast. Another interesting point on Windows, it's upgradable. So in the past, we've been using Windows 10 Pro IoT and now switching to Windows 11. But if you happen to have a Windows 10 OPS, you can easily move to Windows 11. So it's not making your IFP blocked to a system. You can actually upgrade. It's personalizable. It's you can do anything you want with Windows. You can put in a domain or install antivirus or anything you want. So when people use Maxhub V7, they will clearly see a difference between Android/Windows-based OPS and a fully Windows-based.
Okay. And how is interactive flat panel technology redefining collaboration in hybrid work and in learning environments?
Well, in the past, you had meeting rooms with many, many devices. You had an IFP, you had a camera, microphone, speakers. It was making things a bit complicated for hybrid work because you had a lot to learn before you can use a device. So with an IFP, which is an all-in-one device, everybody can use it. It's just you just need to plug one cable, and it's ready to use. So it's making connections, cabling, and daily use very, very easy. Also, very important thing is that if you go back to what we said before with Android and Windows-based OPS, as we said also in other brands, you need to launch your video call on Windows, and your collaboration tools are based on Android, and you cannot actually mix both OS. So you have to decide whether you do a video call or you do collaboration. What's making Maxhub very interesting is that you can actually include into your video calls, no matter Teams, Zoom, or whatever, all the collaboration tools and functions you can find in the IFP. So you can easily share board, share a navigator, share any functions Maxhub has to offer in terms of collaboration.
So it sounds like it's very flexible.
Yeah, it is.
And how can organisations maximise the ROI of these interactive flat panels? Especially we're in a rapidly evolving technology landscape here.
Yeah, correct. So we are all doing many end user demos. So we know what customers need for their meeting room. They need mostly two things. Video calls. They need sharing or wireless sharing. So these functions are exactly what Maxhub has to offer. So even though things are evolving quickly in this technological world, what we offer today, we know it will still be valid in 1, 2, 3, 5 years. So we will always need video calls using Teams or Zoom. I think both brands will not change in the next months or years. Wireless sharing will stay the same demand. So what today customers have when they have a Maxhub IFP, they will still need in a few years. So there is no risk of having something which is quickly outdated and which will not be used in the future.
And in terms of that future-proofing, what are the key considerations for ensuring security and data privacy in interactive flat panel technology?
Well, again, it's a Windows-based system. So when you meet an IT department or someone in charge of, all this, if you explain to them this is just a simple Windows computer, big size, and with all the functions we have mentioned before, it's making things very easy for this IT department. You can, install antivirus. You can install any software you want. You can register in your domain. So anything you do or a customer does with a computer, you can actually do it with a Maxhub IFP. So it's not a big change, and security they will apply to their Maxhub IFP will be the same one they apply on their normal PC or normal computer. So it's not a big switch actually.
So are there any sustainability gains from these interactive flat panel screens? Obviously, it's more of an all-in-one device, so people are having to buy less technology. So presumably that brings some kind of sustainability benefits as well.
Yeah. Maxhub, most brands actually are really careful about energy consumption. So all Maxhub IFP and IFP in the market are Energy Star certified. So since you have only just one cable and one device, it will always be less consumption than when you have like a camera, microphones, speakers, and different devices plugged on your socket. So it's just one simple device you can use. They have a pretty long lifetime. It's very solid, so it's not likely to break within a few months or years. So when you buy an IFP, you can be sure you can use it for many, many years, 3-5 years or more. So there is no risk about it. And as we said before, anything we offer in these devices are functions that will still be used in the future. So as long as your product doesn't break, you can still use it if you're lucky in the next 5 or 10 years. So I think in terms of sustainability, we are quite okay. Also, if we speak about Maxhub, we have a deep involvement into ESG, so we respect all regulations about this regarding materials we use, transportation, and recycling. So everything is made to make Maxhub a brand really involved in this ESG. Yeah. Last thing I can think about, those devices are mostly used for video conferencing. So it means customers who buy and use every day a flat panel, they are likely to have less business trips to take their car much less than before. So there is an investment, there is money to spend on day one, but after a few weeks or months, you will clearly see a good ROI on this, because you have good video calls, good quality, so you don't need to move as much as we did before.
Great. Reduced emissions is always something that we can all strive for. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great to speak to you.
Thank you.
And thank you to our viewers for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe to our channel for more updates as videos come. And of course, keep an eye on UC Today for more stories like these. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.